Man, when I am looking for a cell phone carrier, the first thing I think is, does their early out program include Vengeance from Beyond the Grave? Because that really is a deal breaker for me.
Really? Well, shit, these ghosts got better service than I do.
I know, right? They can get a signal anywhere.
I know. It's such a strong signal, they'll come on the phone and choke your ass. That's service right there.
I tell you what, you just make sure you have enough minutes there.
Yeah, no, yeah. You know, like when the ghost is trying to string your ass and all of a sudden they just disappear because they run out of minutes.
Right. That's just rude.
But I wish I had missed this call because this was, for a horror film, this was just boring, man.
Yeah, and it's not the fault of the source material either. Let me tell you, this movie is based on a somewhat superior J-horror film by Takashi Miike, who most people are familiar with his crazy fucked up movie called Audition from
that's
way
the first
back.
one I saw.
Yeah, that's a messed up movie, isn't it?
Yo, that's a crazy movie. And the thing, I thought it was a comedy before.
Yeah.
Until they start cutting off feet and shit. And I was like, I gotta get out of here.
And that's freaking Sesame Street compared to some of his movies like Gozu and Visitor Q. I mean, this is one seriously fucked up, weird individual. But he's great. And you never know what he's going to do next. This is, as far as I know, his one and only entry into the field of like more traditional J-horror. And
when you say J-horror, explain to the people what J-horror stands for.
Oh, it's just Japanese horror.
Yes.
It's we weren't going to say chink horror or anything like that. So.
Well, that would be Chinese horror.
Well, I get them all mixed up.
Yeah, come on, get your racial stereotypes together.
That's right. Or, Korean horror. I don't even know would they eat dog horror. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Just don't say in horror. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Y'all don't have enough money for your own horror industry. Anyway. Except the Wayans brothers.
What the hell with you, man? Even a comedy from the Wayans brothers is a horror movie, so that's in horror right there.
But now the Kentucky Fried Chickens are closed.
Okay, all right, go on, man.
Anyway, Takashi Miike made this J-horror film, Japanese horror film, and it's more or less a parody of the other J-horror. I mean, not directly, subtly, but the guy knows how to make a movie and keep you entertained. It moves real fast. Its plot is so preposterous that you're actually laughing along with it and having a good time because it just never stops moving.
So you've seen the original then?
Yeah, no, and it's fun. It is fun. This is the same movie, except this guy who directed this, who I guess is French.
Yeah.
Has no clue how to direct it. It's just so flat and dull and lifeless.
So tell us what this movie is about real quick.
Okay. The basic premise, as near as the movie cares that is, because it literally just starts. It's like, oh, here's the movie and people are dying. The basic idea is somebody is calling people and leaving them messages that are the last words that person indeed says before they die, with like a forwarded date. So if you're going to die next Friday at 2:00, your message will say 1 missed call Friday at 2:00, even though it's Wednesday. And then anyone who's on their cell phone list has a chance of being the next one to be called. Right?
Yeah.
Completely freaking retarded. I mean, I just don't think scary when I think technology, cell phones. It just doesn't scare me. I mean, videotapes, sure, scary, old, dusty, sitting in a box in the corner of the attic. That I can see. The Ring, That's why they used videotapes instead of DVDs, because videotapes are creepy.
Are they creepy?
Sure,
yeah.
They're old. They're
you talking about I'm scary? Man, you scared of a videotape?
Sure, man. I tell you what, I won't even get near my old Atari 2600, man. Every time I look at that thing, it like lurches at me.
Man, I don't even know what to say, but you got me confused.
It's old technology. It's creepy. It's like things that dead people used to play with,
So you won't go into an antique store, will you?
Oh, hell no.
Damn, hold up a light bulb to your ass, you go crazy.
But, come on. This stuff is ridiculous. It's like it's going to be a haunted Wii next, What's scary about anything new?
Well, why not? Like, why not have Mario come out and kill your ass, I mean, this is how ridiculous this is getting.
Oh, yeah. No, all right, there's always been two types of horror movies. There's been techno fear, right? Mm-hmm. Like Terminator and stuff like that. And then there's the other stuff like ghost story type things. And this is the combination, and never the twain should meet. When do ghosts start using new technology? When do they have calling plans? Is it going to be, the next one's going to be one missed text?
Come on. Sprint is pretty greedy. I'm sure they got a plan for ghosts. They got a plan for everything. I mean, they got a plan for cats, because if you in this movie, that's what cracked me up. Now, it's like you said,
wrong.
Like you said, everybody in this movie is getting calls because everybody has a cell phone, and everybody who gets these calls, they die. Now, I don't know what cat got a fucking cell phone, but they killed a cat in this movie.
And let me tell you right then, that was when that jumped the shark for me right then.
And that was at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
we ain't ruining nothing.
Beginning of the movie, we see a cat get killed, and in the dumbest, you're like, "What? You just killed? Why did you kill that cat?"
Because the cat didn't pay his phone bill. That's
I guess it's the whole thing. It's the ghost of Verizon is pissed, and it's got its army of the undead coming after you.
Exactly. That phone company said, pay your bill or we'll kill your fucking cat too. But, for me, this movie, man, like I said, I'm just going to sum it up real brief because there's not a whole lot of things to say about this film. No. I mean, if you've seen all the other Japanese horror remakes that they've done in this country, and they got more
done better.
Yeah, you've seen them done better, and there've been some bad ones, and there's more even coming up. So now, what got me with this movie is that, as I said, it was boring. We get a lot of people just walking around looking scared. People are dying. People still ain't reacting crazy to it. They're just like, oh, so-and-so got a call and died. And I'm just like, some emotion, please.
I tell you, one of the dumbest things here is, all right, so everyone before they're going to die, they start hallucinating like these like really creepy bugs and like everyone turning into like these zombie-like people, right? And you're like, well, what does that have to do with anything? Okay, well, sure enough, as the story goes on, there's this desperate attempt to convince you that this makes sense later when you find out this room where these little girls lived in who are tied into this had, for some reason, these enormous creepy bugs in jars in their room, which makes no sense.
Yeah, they don't explain it.
And then little dolls around the room, which are like the undead, that look like undead. Now, why would these little like 6, 7-year-old girls have like undead zombie dolls in their room?
Because it makes them scarier when they come back as ghosts.
But yes, I get that. But I'm just saying, it's so lame. It's unbelievable. You're like, really? That's what it's supposed to be? I mean, come on.
Yeah, no.
I guess it's more realistic than like, kids, people like Barney, people hallucinating him, looking at him, people with blood coming out of his eyes or something.
That's scary. Barney by himself is scary. But these people they're having these really horrifying hallucinations. And they'll just look at him and tell somebody, wow, I'm having crazy hallucinations. It's weird. And I'm like, if I'd seen half this stuff these people looking at, I'd be like, put me in a hospital. I'm losing my goddamn mind. Mm-hmm. I'd be hiding under the bed.
You're like, I knew I should have gone with T-Mobile.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm seeing shit. But see, that's the thing. It's like, again, none of these actors are really bad. But the dialogue is so bad, and they are directed with no emotion. I mean, for a horror movie, they should be horrified. Yeah. But people just like, oh well, I'm seeing ghosts. I guess I'm gonna die. And the other thing is that, man, the good thing about this movie though is that it really did, for me, have some creepy imagery in it. I will say there were some good things. I mean, there was one scene where I knew it was going to come up, but the scene was just so creepy looking that it really got to me. But it really says something when you have this imagery and it can't save the movie. You still walk out saying, man, that was dumb. You mentioned some good things about this movie.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm going to say. Yeah. I can think of a couple.
I can think of 4.
I'm about to say we can think of 4 good things. I'll let you name them.
Yeah. Okay. There's Shannon Sussman, first off, who I absolutely adore. I think she's a great actress. I don't know what the hell she or what's his name? Ed
Burns.
Ed Burns. What the hell are you doing in this movie? Is this the Yui Bowl school of casting going on here?
Well, come on. What was Ed Burns doing?
Well, we all know the guy's a good actor. He just got bad luck. Okay.
Come on. That's one of those guys who I like, everybody talked about how bad Ed Burns was. I don't think he's that bad.
He's not that bad. I think he's really decent actually, but he's just got bad luck. But anyway, that's beside the point. Shannon Sussman, who's hot. She's hot here. You're never going to see her boobies, so just give it up. We know that going on. They don't even give her V-neck shirts or anything. She ain't supposed to be the sexy young one. But she's got this friend in this movie, this Spanish girl. What's her name?
You know me with Spanish names, but I'll try it. Let me see. Ana Claudia Talancon.
Whatever. I call her Nice Rack.
Yeah, I know.
Holy crap.
Yeah, we got her, this is Shannon Sesame girl, and then we got her breast.
Yeah. Oh, man. And every time she's on screen, she's wearing these little tie-up shirts. And it's one of those things. It's a horror movie, so it's teasing you. It's going, oh, we're so totally going to show you this girl's rack. It's coming. It's coming. Nah, we're not going to show it to you.
It's PG-13,
It's PG-13. Fuck that. Fuck PG-13 horror movies. Half the reason we go to see horror movies is to see this girl take off her shirt right before she gets killed.
Exactly. I'm not a sexist, but I love titties. So,
that doesn't make you a sexist.
I'm a man, and so yeah, that's another reason why we're getting gypped on these. Because the thing is, this is what's bugging me about these PG-13 horror movies, and I've said it over and over again. at the most shallow end, yes, I don't get my breast and I don't get my blood.
No, there's no blood here.
No, a bitch gets hit by a train,
Yeah.
and she looked like she just fainted.
We don't see anything.
And she's still dialing her phone. I'm like, you just got hit by a train. You
I know a guy gets like impaled with like a metal spike, and there's like his shirt's a little tiny bit red.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Drips a little bit of red out of his mouth, and that's about it.
Yeah,
It's television gore.
exactly. And you tell that spike was like a strap on.
Oh yeah,
it was like, come on, man. That's another thing. Some of these special effects, when they have to do special effects outside of CG, terrible. And when you do the special effects, like I said, there was probably a couple of scenes where they did have some what do you call it? I want to say prosthetics or.
What the hell do they call it? There's a something effects. God damn it,
animatronic.
No, there's a real term for it, but in the industry, but it doesn't matter anyway. But yeah, no, there is a few regular effects like that. Like
there's some non-CG effects in there that were really effective. There was one that was really cool, but the others are completely CG. And I'm sorry,
yeah.
CG is not scary.
Yeah.
For one thing, when people do CG, it's like computer artists say, "Man, I spent 8 months doing this. I'm gonna put it in the lightest possible atmosphere so everybody can see it."
Yeah.
But really, think about some of the most horrifying images you've seen, and some of them you really can't see it that well, and they leave a little to your imagination. You don't get that with CG.
No, and CG, what they need to learn about it is CG is best used on top of regular effects. Like if you have like somebody in zombie outfit or anything, and you want to make them a little creepier, use that CG to like, I don't know, widen their eyeballs or put more blood in them, make them more bulging, whatever. Just little tinges of effects to make it look a little bit away from reality, like that great Black Hole Sun video from Soundgarden. You know what I'm talking about?
That was a scary ass video.
That's one of the scariest things I've ever seen, because they use CG to change something that is real, a basis where it's real, and it looks real watching it. This looks like Silent Hill. I mean, it's scary if you're sitting there watching nothing but CG, I guess, in it, but nobody's looking at it going, oh yeah, that's real.
Yeah, no, they need to they need to come on and quit doing all this CG stuff.
It's just getting ridiculous and plain lazy. I tell you what, it's just not good enough to be scary yet. I mean, maybe it will be eventually, but it ain't yet.
Yeah, they show a scene where even the scenes that are not scary, they look fake. Like they had a scene where a centipede crawled into a girl's hand.
Yeah,
and I know the girl's hallucinating, but still, that didn't work, man.
Yeah, no, admittedly, on the other hand, I would have accepted some CG breasts from the Spanish Girl at this point. It would have been better than none at all.
I'd take CG breasts over anything anyway, because you can make them big.
Yeah, that's true. You pretty much set your qualifications. Weird science, those suckers.
Yeah, come on. Let's stop it with the horror and put the CG to the nudity. We got our priorities wrong. But anyway, I was teetering on giving this movie some more bullshit, but as I said, I did like some of the images that they had when they were effective. So I'm going to give it a very low rental.
I just can't do that. I thought about it briefly because there's a point towards the end. I'm like, this story is funny because it's so convoluted by the end that you're actually kind of enjoying it just on that basis. But then I remembered, well, that's good because of the original source material. This movie is doing it so much worse that it's just some old bullshit.
And I don't blame you. I can see your point. Like I said, maybe the movie was shorter for me because I did fall asleep. Yeah, and this is one you can't blame me for falling asleep.
I can't blame you at all. It's so dull. And there's like stuff that doesn't even make sense in it. Like at one point, Shannon Sussman is just told she's figured out she's got like maybe 4 hours left to live. And like the next scene, she's waking up from a nap.
Oh, that's a lot of stress, man. Come on, you take a nap too if you knew you're going to die. You got to think about it.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be at the strip club.
Oh, well, can't argue with it. Yeah, I'd be in Mexico.
I'd be selling everything I own, going to that one stripper, going to Darla and going, hey, baby, look, here's $10,000. Take the day off.
Oh, I know, man. Give me that call because I'll be out there doing it with some of the dirtiest chicks. Well, I'm going to die, so.
Yeah, what the hell? Who's going to judge me now?
Just don't call me when I'm in the middle of it. But, we're done, but there's one thing I was going to mention. Oh, yeah, that was the thing that annoyed me about this movie. This movie at the beginning was such a commercial for Boost Mobile.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and I never even heard of them.
They had the little Boost Mobile signal on all these phones, and they went to a Boost Mobile, Boost Mobile stand where the guy had like the Boost Mobile hat and all this kind of stuff. You never seen a commercial like, where you at?
No, and that's a real company?
I don't know, Boost Mobile, I forgot
they think that this is good marketing for their product?
Yeah.
They're thinking, get Boost Mobile and get killed by a ghost.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Sounds great. Like, I gotta have it now.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was expecting a ghost to pop out the phone. Where you at? Boo! But this movie is such a blatant piece of shit sometimes. So anyway, that's That's neither here nor there. Now we're done. Where you at, Chris?
Where am I at?
I'm trying to find where this program is so I can cut it off. There it is. Where's this program at?
Damn it!